Good morning, Texas. We are here with the Naked and Famous. We have Elisa and Tom. How are y'all doing today?
Great, thank you. Yeah, feeling good.
How are y'all feeling? Y'all are about to go on this evening. What are your feeling? How are you feeling right now?
I think everyone's waking up. We were out a little late last night looking for, where do we go? Shangri-La?
We went to
Shangri-La, beignets and cocktails till sometime in the morning. So.
Sometime in the morning. So did you even go to sleep?
Oh yeah, we went to bed. Oh, I'm nearly 30. I gotta sleep. I can't do all-nighters anymore.
So you are you self-produce a lot of your content, correct? So what is the benefit of that as opposed to people who don't?
It gets done. I mean, yeah. Self-producing isn't a choice so much as a necessity for the Naked and Famous. Or it was a necessity. It's not like we had options. It's not like, producers were knocking on our door. And then when we became a successful group, people were definitely interested. But by that point, we're so in control of our ship that it would feel kind of unnecessary to take the hands off the steering wheel. But who knows? Maybe on this next record, I'll let go totally. We've had some help from a couple of key and interesting people. A guy called Justin Mildale Johnson, who is he's Beck's bass player, and he produced the last Paramore record, and he helped me out with a couple of songs, and helped us, the band, worked with the band. And then a good friend of ours from a band called Now Now, a guy called Brad Hale, also known as Sombear, he helped us produce our latest single, Higher.
Wow. So obviously, I mean, y'all are so successful. I mean, everyone here loves you. I hear so much. What sparked the name, the Naked and Famous? Where did the name? I really want to know, where did the name come from?
I stole it. I was avoiding work at my record store job. Elisa was working upstairs in the clothing department, and I was at the trades counter, buying and selling used CDs and vinyl. And so I would go and process all this stuff downstairs, and so I took I would take long chunks to just read through lyrics of albums and stuff, and just basically not working. Anyway, one of my favorite artists, Tricky, he has a song called Tricky Kid, and it's one of the main kind of lyrical motifs in that song. And I don't know, it just spoke to me. I thought it was a very over-the-top, tongue-in-cheek kind of metaphor for all the things that we really weren't, and now also all the things that we clearly aren't as well. A moderately well-known alternative band, dressed pretty thoroughly for such a hot day.
Yes, you have. I need to learn from your fashion. We saw you earlier, and we're like, oh my goodness, we need to take from you.
At least here's the fashionista in the band, so.
So you're teaching him them, I guess. That's what he's saying. You dressed him? No.
I check with her before I come out. I'm like, is this going to work today?
Yeah, I don't mind giving them some pointers in the right direction.
How often do you have to say no?
I don't have to say no at all. Most of the guys just have a great sense of style and follow their own fashionable instinct, I guess, if you will. So yeah.
So what would you say music means to you? So obviously this is your profession. This is what you do so often. What would you say music truly means to you in your heart?
I think for me, the one word that just came to my mind is that music is my lifeline. It really is, in every single way.
Yeah, it's pretty inseparable from what I think what we do. Now, it's very hard to measure it or sum it up in one explanation. I mean, we would be totally stuffed if we quit music. I wouldn't know what to do. I'm not qualified to do anything else. We're not. We're dropouts who've been doing the band thing for nearly 10 years now. So it's life for us, I think. Yeah.
Has it helped you get through any tough struggles in life, or maybe day to day, or just anything that when you feel like you're facing a hardship, that music is able to get you?
I was actually gonna say I think people like to romanticize about music kind of saving them. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I was gonna say that I see music just replacing something else that is hard to do in life. I mean, this is one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my life. It's a constant up and down of triumph and pitfall and failure and accomplishment and luck and accident and happenstance and all those things. So I don't I don't necessarily see it being something that just is a fix-all for real issues. You know, if anyone's watching, you know, if you're having trouble, go see a therapist. Don't just listen to music. It's not. You can't put a band-aid on life like that.
But at the same time, I do think that music is a great escapism, and it can help soothe and help be the soundtrack through a really tough time. And you know, the special thing about music is that people take it and they can apply it to their own lives and to their own stories. And for me, growing up, you know, I found solace in listening to a lot of music. So yeah.
We heard once from a fan who was under fire in Afghanistan in an armored vehicle, listening to one of our songs called "What We Want," and he just wrote to us to say thanks. This really helped him keep it together under. So just to go ahead and contradict everything I just said, yeah, it's I don't know, it's pretty amazing. I can't see music being something we dispose of as a society anytime soon.
Wow. So obviously you are making an impact. You've been together for over 10 years, you said?
Nearly 10 years.
Nearly 10 years. So now that's a quite a long time to be a group. Do you ever have any funny stories that maybe you're with each other a lot, that maybe you get annoyed with each other and you look back on it now and you're like, that was a funny argument?
Oh God, yeah, we fight all the time. I mean,
is there one that rings a bell that's maybe funny that you can tell a story about?
Oh, I don't know. They all kind of like.
Oh, they just. Yeah, every day there's another fight. No, it's being in a band is like being with your brothers and your sisters. You know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, which is, sorry. I wish we had some witty anecdote, but it is like it's traveling with a family. It's working with your friends. You know, these are things that never go hand in hand. It's not like, you know, you grow up going to work with your brother and your sister or whatever. So there's not a lot you can do to prepare for it. You just have to figure out how to manage it along the way, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure, I've walked out of a room in a mood and been really dramatic about something that wasn't that dramatic, and I've come back into the room going, sorry for being so dramatic, guys.
And you're the only girl, right? So you're like, you don't get me sometimes, right? You have to be like, oh, I'm the girl.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel things a lot deeply more than other days.
Well, so we are a morning show, which means we air live every Wednesday at 7 a.m. So are either of you morning people?
Yeah, I love getting up early in the morning. It makes me feel like I'm really hitting the day head on. I like to get up in the morning and exercise, and that's how I like to start my day.
And what about you?
Oh yeah. I'll be trying to get up and I'll try watch this.
So is that a no? Was that a?
Yeah, I'm a morning person. Yeah.
What gets you up in the morning? So exercise?
Exercise, coffee, excited about my breakfast. Yeah.
I think I've been thoroughly addicted to coffee for many years now, and I want to say that it is mostly responsible for a lot of early Naked and Famous demos. So yeah.
I also think being up early, and if you're leaving the house early, it's in Los Angeles where I live, it's so lovely because it's quiet and there's no one really around. So it's like my favorite time of day.
And if you had to choose, music, it doesn't exist anymore, and you have to choose a different profession, what would you choose?
I'd probably, let me see. What would you be? You answer first.
I don't know. I would love at this point in my life to go to university. I love the idea of studying. I want to pursue something intellectual because I'm such a stupid person that it's something that I wish I could immerse myself in, and I find my interest as I get older becoming more. I'm far more fascinated, I think, by general science books than I am by musical biographies. So I think, yeah, I think that would be something. There's something in there. There's an answer somewhere in there.
I think I'd be a painter. I like being alone, and I like doing things with my hands, and that kind of focus makes me feel happy.
So you wouldn't leave the arts at all. You would make sure you're singing. You would maybe be a scientist.
Maybe. quite possibly a bad one. I'm not suggesting I would be good at anything academic,
No.
but I think as a passion project, it's something I find exciting. So yeah.
You keep dissing on yourself. You called yourself quote unquote stupid, but
It's part of the New
It's a
Zealand
very
charm.
New Zealand thing.
Yeah.
We like deprecating ourselves.
wait, what's
It's bred into you as a New Zealander. You're taught that never be proud of your achievements or what
Never-
you've done or who you are.
Yeah, it's not common to celebrate your successes in New Zealand.
oh,
It's called tall poppy syndrome, if you want to look it up.
interesting? So what does that make you all think when you come to America and everyone's so like?
That's why we live in Los Angeles.
We're trying to learn. We're trying to learn the new ways.
Trying to learn the new ways. Well, you're definitely not stupid in America because most of us go to school and then still don't end up in a band like both of you. So you didn't even have to go to school. Well, thank you so much for this time. And one last thing, I just wanted to see if you can say, we are the Naked and Famous and you're watching Good Morning Texas.
Okay.
Do you think you can do it?
All right. Hey, we are the Naked and Famous, and you are watching Good Morning Texas.
Thank you so